The school is facing a dilemma about implementing mobile teaching and learning within the curriculum and whether it would truly benefit the students and educators. The current generations of grades 10 through 12 students have spent their lives with technology implemented in every aspect of them. They constantly have access to communication and resources that students from previous generations have never had before. With this instant access available, many issues such as timeliness, communication, information retention, and evaluation can become more efficient. With technology also becoming integrated into college curriculum and within every career field, students need to learn the necessary skills now to benefit them from beyond this level. Therefore, it is necessary for the school to implement mobile technology into the current curriculum. Mobile learning will resolve many issues facing students and educators on a daily basis. One of the main issues that educators find challenging is the time and communication faced in the classroom. 50 minutes a day to teach a subject, review homework, answer questions, and overall cover their lesson plan, educators find themselves falling behind and finding that students are not connecting with materials as is desired by the district. Technology can give students and educators the ability to communicate directly through email and create a platform that makes it less restraining on both parties to discuss whatever questions, concerns, and other matters that need to be addressed. Educators can even have the ability to utilize applications such as Google Classroom, Blackboard, and other LMS systems to post homework, quizzes, important articles, videos, and create discussion boards to continue in-class conversations. Therefore, less time and resources are spent on creating and grading classwork, and the educator has the ability to discuss with the student possible issues they have. There will definitely be a cost with implementing these mobile devices. The mobile learning device that has been decided as the best tool to implement this program is the HP Chromebook by Google. Google has an education program that this can be purchased through for $219 a piece, with the initial cost of $43,800 total for all 200 students. The great thing about these devices at this price is they were developed to help create to help support education, especially with the Google Classroom program. So, in order to implement this, the mobile learning devices into the classroom, there's going to be definitely a strategic approach to it. First, educators and administrative staff need to be trained on the devices and LMS system. In order to fully support students in this initiative, faculty needs to have a thorough understanding of this. They need to understand policies, procedures, how to get tech support, and how to navigate through devices and systems. It would be ideal to have a consultant conduct the training and have IT help support available to faculty members after the initial training with the consultant. It would also be ideal if at least one to a few faculty members who felt comfortable with the material would be available as direct contacts for the rest of the faculty to address minor issues that may arise that may not necessarily need to support IT help desk. Once this initiative is completed with training faculty and on this, the next phase should consist of implementing the devices with the students. First, all students need to be required to take a training workshop in using the device, and any steps that need to be taken to delegate their responsibility for the device, such as having parents and students sign a contract for a payment plan if the device becomes damaged. This should be conducted in a matter of 8 sessions consisting of 25 students with the consultant and at least 1 to 2 educators present to provide assistance. Students should be familiar with all the capabilities and have access to a handbook as well to support them in any questions that again they could answer through the handbook, and be able to kind of independently look for those things before they have to consult with a teacher or IT help desk. In order to implement it fully, a date should be set where the full implementation would be initiated due to the nature of the curriculum change. The advantages to implementing mobile devices into learning is that student and teachers are going to have a combined experience like never before. The best way to understand the advantages of technology is to create a what-if scenario between educators and students. As previously discussed, teachers are limited on time in the classroom. A typical day may be students arriving in class with the first task to review homework. While going over homework, students may have questions about the material, with at least 10 to 15 minutes of class being utilized for homework. More than a quarter of class time has been used. Next on the list is to go over the new material. Maybe some students are engaged while others are still struggling with the previous material. Time is limited so they can ask questions after class. Once the material has been discussed, an activity sheet is passed out. Now there's only 10 minutes left in class, just enough time for students to hurry to finish the activity sheet and assign tonight's homework before the bell rings. If a student does stay to answer a question, time is still limited for both of you. Otherwise, many students do not ask and just continue with their grades reflecting this. Once class ends, the educator must grade last night's homework, grade activities, create and make copies of a quiz for tomorrow's classes, and attend to other matters that are required of faculty. And they might have to do this on a level where they might have 6 classes to teach a day. Therefore, they're doing it for not maybe 25 students, but they're doing it for 100 to 125 students plus. Again, more time and resources are utilized, such as paper and time spent making copies. With a mobile learning device, this scenario may be very different and benefit everyone. First, homework from last night was done and already submitted through the LMS automatic grades submission. The one activity was created and then it was sent to every student through the system, so therefore there was no time for copies. There was no time to utilize paper and have to grade everything individually. It was already done prior to class the next day. The educator will be able to still go over the material in class, but it may only take 5 to 10 minutes, with the LMS and email being offered to students to ask questions about grades and material. Therefore, students have a much easier way to understand the material and be prepared for class the next day. This also gives the educator more time to go over the material, and instead of using paper and taking time to copy, the students have the activity on their device and complete the activity during class, but continue to do so after school and submit it later that evening if you run out of time or the student may just need more time. Quizzes can also be taken in this similar manner, with students knowing their score right away and even leaving time to discuss at that moment in class. They already took it on their device. Or if a student may not be able to make it into class that day for being sick or whatever other reason, they still can participate and take the quiz without making exceptional time for them to do so. Again, this will all save the teacher time on grading, and therefore they can focus on enhancing the learning experience. The educator can give links to videos, online activities, articles, and other supportive material through an LMS that will support classroom material on a realistic level. When a student needs to research material for an assignment, they can refer to their mobile device, which is a skill they will need throughout the rest of their education and professional careers. Educators can also create discussion boards to enhance previous conversations and continue them outside the classroom. This is also a great platform for students to interact with each other and learn how to communicate. The LMS also helps in project management for both educators and students.